Man, Studio Bones, you gone beyond, brother! Plus Ultra! So, if anything else, I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new episode of My Hero Academia Season 5, which is on Episode 8 or Episode 96 of the total number of episodes. This right here, well done. I can't wait to see next match, man. I mean, that next match was really crazy in the manga. I can't wait to see that next match. Okay, enough of me being cringe and talking about what of the preview of the next match. Let's just get this recap started, okay? Forgive me. Anyways, we have to it that Ida-kun, or our boy Ingenium, successor of Ingenium, actually went fast and furious with this turbo speed, you know? He will later on end up managing to escape Mudman and goes against him in a certain one-on-one speed fight, you know? Mudman, who is at a disadvantage, decides to take an escape route because there's no way he could keep up with that kind of speed, which is really true. Ida's like freaking fast lightning mode right now, or fast and furious mode, you know? And I'm thinking in my mind, yeah, that's how we do it, baby, etc. Then we get to see to it that eventually Spiral, our boy Spiral, they wanted to gyro like hands and feet whatsoever. He actually has a devastating advantage against Ojiro, you know? With some support items and him having better mastered hand-to-hand combat, he's very much at a bigger advantage since he's doing more damage to Ojiro and etc., you know? And we have to it that our boy Ida-kun shows up in the nick of time and puts him in jail, you know? And as for Tetsu against Todoroki, which is the biggest spotlight in this episode, it was pretty crazy. Tetsu was able to handle both ice and fire powers from Todoroki himself. And he's able to beat Todoroki really greatly in submission, or should I say knocking Todoroki head-on close hand-to-hand combat, you know? Todoroki at a big disadvantage, remembering the time where he trained with his father, saying push beyond your limits and go beyond what you can do. If you can do that, you could do that in a real hero's work. We had to Todoroki annoyed remembering those words from his own father, despite being despite going through a physical training abuse from him. He ends up generating enough heat to give a lot of pressure to Tetsu or a Steel Iron Man. But unfortunately, Tetsu or Iron or Steel Man was able to handle it greatly and still end up giving Todoroki a hard time. As for Soji up against Horn Girl, he's actually holding his own nicely thanks to Ojiro's help. But we have to it that they were gonna get Horn Girl arrested, but unfortunately, that Mudman shows up in the nick of time to help out Horn Girl. Horn Girl will later on, the Pony Girl or Horn Girl ends up using 4 of her horns and launches herself to Ojiro to prison. So pretty much both sides have 1-1 prisoner, you know. But we have to it that eventually, as for Todoroki, you know, he ends up clashing against Tetsu, and he was about to use a powerful move, known possibly a signature move from his father, you know, all the flames in one hand. But unfortunately, he gets interrupted by Mudman, and we have to that Ida-kun shows up and knocks him out with a nasty kick to the face and saves Todoroki. But Mudman, knowing that he's gonna lose consciousness, asks Tetsu, hit this thing right now. He softens one big building and ends up having it to fall on Ida-kun, you know? And it ends up trapping Ida-kun, but, you know, Todoroki loses conscious because when he was freaking contracted by Mudman's attack or something, or quirk, a piece of debris fell on the back of his head, and I go oh my gosh, right there, that's gotta hurt. Especially when Todoroki went beyond and over his limits of generating a lot of heat or fire, you know? Because you gotta admit, you gotta understand, when it comes to generating fire, it's gonna have a nasty ways of depleting your stamina. Not to mention there's so much heat you could take before you exhaust yourself and pass out, you know. That aside, we have to it, of course, as the episode continues on, you know, we have to it that Horn Girl, not want to have her friends taken to jail or be the reason why she lost. She decides to go all the way up to the sky so Shoji, our tentacle hero, won't be able to reach her. And time ran out, so it's 1-1 and it's a draw. Match 3 became a draw, you know? I thought to myself that was really cool. As for Bakugo, he's being Bakugo and says, oh my gosh, she ran away. How pathetic. I'm like, my gosh, man. I love this guy so much, you know? He's really cool. And we had to it that that our opponents end up having to like compliment each other, you know, etc. about the situation. So yeah, it's gonna be really crazy and good, you know, where they go like, hey, let's fight each other again to improve ourselves, you know. So yeah, I thought it was really good and slick, and it was really nice to see them like getting along after that fight, you know, etc. And we have to it that Monoma, you know, the guy from Class 1B who hates Class 1A and mocks him, says, I hope you guys are ready because Setsuna Togage got through the recommendations for UA, you know? And we had to that Bakugo's team is getting ready to fight. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to see next match, dude. I know I've been overhyping it ever since the beginning of my video, and then I'm overhyping it right now, but it's really crazy good. I can't wait to see next match, dude. And it's gonna... I hope really the community can start appreciating, like, about this arc, you know? Now, I've been hearing too many internet complaints and a lot of people not liking this arc, you know? Especially when I know a lot of like famous people around YouTube who talks about anime and manga that didn't seem to like this arc. I am at least one of the few people who likes this arc because you get to see how much Class 1A improved, you know? Not to mention Class 1B. What have they been doing, you know? Despite Class 1A going through some rough times and, you know, going through, like, through major tragic events that caused them to get stronger mentally and physically, and through technically, they still managed to make improvement. But what's with Class 1B? Are they making improvements? And so far, they are showing that they can actually hold their ground or give Class 1A a very big hard time, you know? And that is proven in this combat training. And I like this arc very much, you know? And I'm going to keep saying this if I have to in many of my recaps. Like, this arc is really great because, like, you got to see how much Class 1A and Class 1B improved in their techniques and style, you know? And, oh, man, I can't wait to see next match. I know I'm overhyping it too much, but it's going to be amazing to me, you know? It's going to be really crazy good. Just like how it was in the manga, it's going to be very good in the anime. I just know Studio Bones are going to do great justice with it. And Studio Bones is doing a good job so far, you know? So, well, good job, Studio Bones. Just like how you do with Fullmetal Alchemist and many other series that you animated, you know? I can't wait to see what's up for the next match. So until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time. All right. Peace out. Bye bye. Toot toot.